Are you still adding your leads into your CRM application manually? Then this video is just for you. So hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to add IndiaMART leads inquiries to Salesforce for digital flex printing service. So I am an owner for digital flex printing services business and I receive a lot of leads for my business using IndiaMART and I manage all my leads using Salesforce. Here what I want is that as soon as by the potential customers or clients, a new lead is going to be generated using IndiaMART, I want to create that same lead. I'm going to add that lead in my Salesforce account as well so that I can manage my lead. Now doing this manually is very time consuming. So what I've done is I've simply automated this entire process with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. And here in this automation, I'm going to build the connection between IndiaMART and Salesforce with the help of it. So if you also want to learn about this amazing automation process step by step, for that let me take you to my screen.
In this video, we're going to learn how to add IndiaMART leads inquiries to Salesforce for digital flex printing services. So as an owner of a digital flex printing business, I receive many inquiries from potential customers through IndiaMART. And I use Salesforce and manage to all these leads and their inquiries. To streamline this process, I've set up an automation that instantly adds every new lead that has been generated in my IndiaMART account in my Salesforce account. This ensures I never miss a potential order and can respond faster, ultimately increasing sales and improving customers' relationships. And I'm going to create this amazing automation between IndiaMART and Salesforce with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign into our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign into my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly apps window in front of you in which you can see all the products that Pabbly provides, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button right here. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear in front of you which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow over here, I'm going to give it as Add IndiaMART Leads Inquiries to Salesforce for Digital Flex Printing Service. So I want to give a name to this workflow over here. This is the name. It is asking for us to select the folder next. So on the left side of my panel, you can see I've created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down. These are the folders from which I'm going to select IndiaMART Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving the name to the workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this Create button in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Add IndiaMART Leads Inquiries to Salesforce for Digital Flex Printing Services, and you can see that there are two windows in front of you. One over here says Trigger, other says Action. So what is Trigger and Action? Trigger and Action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two principles. Over here, Trigger says when this happens and Action says do this. That means what is Action? Action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. We are going to set up our trigger step first. And for the trigger application over here, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to select it as IndiaMART. As with the help of IndiaMART, I am receiving a lot of leads and inquiries for my business. I want that as soon as a new lead is going to be generated in my IndiaMART account, automatically the trigger over here in this workflow should capture the response of that. That is why for my trigger application, I've selected it as IndiaMART. And for the trigger event, I'm going to select it as new leads. After selecting the trigger application and the event, you can see that Pabbly Connect has provided us with the webhook URL. Now using this unique webhook URL, we are going to build the connection between IndiaMART and Pabbly Connect by following the steps given here below in the help desk. So firstly, I'm going to copy this URL from here. After copying the URL, I'm going to log into my IndiaMART account that I want to connect to Pabbly Connect. So this is the account, and now to connect this account to Pabbly Connect, from the left side of the panel, go towards the Lead Manager option right here. After landing towards the Lead Manager Manager page, click on this top left corner button menu. From the drop down, click on Import Export Leads, and from the given options, go to Push API section right here. Then this page is going to appear in front of you of Push API integration. As you go to land towards this page, it is asking for us to select the source. For that, click on this drop down. The given source is not mentioned in the drop down. To select over here as Other. As you have done that, this dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the platform name and the URL. So firstly, for the platform name over here, I'm going to give it as Pabbly Connect. This is the platform name, and for the URL, I'm going to paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us. Then click on the Save Details button. It is asking for the reason why we're creating this API, so I'm going to select the random reason from the drop down and click on this button right over here. As I've done that, you can see the webhook URL is now been successfully added to my IndiaMART account. As now this webhook URL is successfully added, I'm going to go back to my workflow and scroll down. You can see it is saying waiting for webhook response. So now to check whether IndiaMART is successfully connected to Pabbly Connect or not, what we are going to do is we are now going to generate a test lead. And after generating the test lead, we are going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of the test lead being generated or not. Now, in order to generate a test lead in our IndiaMART account, I am going to use IndiaMART users account. So this is my IndiaMART's users account, and using this account, I'm going to generate the test lead. For generating the test lead, I have created a dummy product. So I'm going to search for the dummy product that I've created right over here. So this is a dummy product that I've created using which we are now going to generate the test lead. I'm going to click on this contact supplier button. It is asking for the message, the inquiry that I have. So the inquiry over here, I'm going to write it as, Hi, I need 100 customized flex banners for an upcoming event. Can you share the pricing and the delivery time? So this is the message that I have. I'm going to click on this next button. For the GST number, I'm going to enter a dummy GST number right over here. And then I'm going to click on this submit button right here. It says the details are sent. As now the test lead is generated, I'm going to go back to my workflow over here and I'm going to scroll down, and as you can see right over here, the response of the test lead being generated has been captured in our trigger. The status comes over here as success. For the unique query ID, this is the ID. Subject, this is the dummy subject you can see right over here. State, that is Madhya Pradesh, you can see. This is the name of the lead, that is Angel. If I'm going to further scroll down, this is the mobile number of the lead, you can see right over here. This is the email, that is testuser@pabblytudes.com. Country is IN, that is India. Company is Test Company. City is Bhopal. Address is Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. If I'm going to further scroll down, you can see this is the date and time of the lead being generated. This is a dummy product that we have created. And for the message, this is a dummy message that we have generated as an inquiry, that is, Hi, I need 100 customized flex banners for upcoming event. Can you share the pricing and the delivery time? This is the same message that we have generated as an inquiry. It's been captured over here in the response in our workflow. As now the response of the lead being generated has been captured in our trigger, this means that IndiaMART is connected to Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. As now our trigger setup is done, my objective is that as soon as a new lead is going to be generated in my IndiaMART account, I want to add that lead in my Salesforce account as well. Now for that, we're going to set up our action step, in which for the action application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Salesforce, and for the action event, I'm going to select it as create lead, and then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you, on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection that you have. After that, click on connect with Salesforce. A dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for a permission. So I'm going to click on this allow button. As this is a safe process, my data is perfectly saved with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on this allow button right over here. As I've done that, you can see I have successfully authorized Salesforce to Pabbly Connect. After authorizing over here, it is asking for all these details, with the help of which we are going to create a lead in our Salesforce account. So for the data of these fields, what we're going to do is we are going to map the data. Now what is mapping? Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. And how it works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this field, this was the previous step. As I'm going to click on it, this is the same response of our lead details that has been captured in our previous step. As we want to create this lead in our Salesforce account, and it is asking for our lead's first name. So I'm going to select the data of the name of my lead from my previous response, as I want to create the same lead in my Salesforce account. So as I've selected the data from my previous response, the data is mapped. And as I've mapped the data has now become dynamic. That means now whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this mapped data. Next, it is asking for the last name, and this last name is is a required field. For that, I'm going to again map the date of the name that I've received. But this time, I've received just the first name of my lead. So I'm going to select the date of this first name as the last name of my lead over here for my Salesforce account as well. Okay. After that, it is asking for the title. So for the title over here, I'm going to write it as new lead. Okay. This is the title that I have. For the company name, I'm going to search for the company name that I've received right over here. I'm going to map the data of the company name. For the phone number over here, I'm going to map the data of the phone number that I've received right over here. This is the phone number. For the address over here, I'm going to map the data of the address that I've received. If I'm going to further scroll down, for the description, I'm going to map the date of the message that I've received as an inquiry. You can see right away. I'm going to map the description. For the lead source, if I'm going to click on the drop down, the given lead source is not provided right over here. So I'm going to toggle this map button on. Erase this existing data from here. And for the lead source over here, I'm going to write it as IndiaMART lead. Okay, so this is the lead source. After that, for the status, I'm going to rename it as open. Rating is hot. For the address over here, I'm going to map the data of the street address that I've received right over here. So this is the address. I'm going to map the data. For the city over here, I'm going to map the data of the city that I've received right here. And for the country name, I'm going to map the data of the country name that I've received right over here. Okay. After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on the save and send test request button. As I've done that, we've received the ID, which is a positive response, and I'm going to open my Salesforce account. This is the leads page of my Salesforce account. I'm going to refresh this page from here. As I refresh the page, you can see over here a new lead has been added in my Salesforce account in the name of Angel. This is the name, company is test company, title is new lead, status is open, lead source is IndiaMART. This is the mobile number of the lead, email is testuser@pabblytudes.com. Rating over here comes as hot. If I'm going to further scroll down, this is the address, Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, Bhopal, India. You can see this is the address. This is the message. This is the message that is an inquiry by the lead. You can see right over here. As now this lead has been successfully added to my IndiaMART account, this means that we have successfully created an automation between IndiaMART and Salesforce with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done, I am an owner for digital flex printing service business. Using IndiaMART, I receive a lot of leads and inquiries from my business and I manage all my leads using Salesforce. If the trigger over here selected as IndiaMART new leads, as whenever by the potential customers or clients a new lead is going to be generated in my IndiaMART account, with the help of this trigger over here the response is going to be captured. Over here with the help of this action step, that is Salesforce create lead, that lead that has been generated in my IndiaMART account is automatically going to be added in my Salesforce account using this action step. And with Pabbly Connect, in this manner I've created connection between these two applications. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.
Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can check the queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.